Controversy continues in Tamil Nadu over the national education policy as Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has made public a letter from the Tamil Nadu Chief Secretary expressing keen interest in establishing Prime Minister Shri schools in the state. Pradhan has alleged that the state government made a U-turn and accused the DMK of playing politics just ahead of next year's assembly polls to paint the BJP as an outsider planning to impose Hindi on the state. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has also attacked the DMK, saying that the party must refrain from talking about Tamil Nadu's culture as its members once manhandled Jayalalitha inside the assembly and have failed to crack down on political and honour killings in the state. Now, responding to Pradhan's allegations, the Tamil Nadu Education Minister has said that the DMK has supported the PM Shri scheme to develop schools, but it never backed the national education policy. The DMK has made Hindi imposition a major issue in the parliament, but the BJP says that the usage of Tamil has decreased in the state under the DMK. Pradhan has said that 67% of students are now in English medium schools in the state, while Tamil Nadu and its medium enrollment has in fact dropped from 54% in 2018 to 2019. This is only with regards to Tamil, to 36% in 2023 to 24. The Stalin government, meanwhile, is leading this offensive with public outreach meetings titled Tamil Nadu will fight, Tamil Nadu will win, and MK Stalin has even said that the BJP is jealous of Tamil Nadu's progress, accusing the centre of blocking funds over the national education policy. Even with a factual counter from the BJP, the DMK maintains the Hindi imposition charge. The question remains, is this clearly a plank for the 2026 state elections as Stalin aims to consolidate the Dravidian vote under the DMK?
தமிழ்நாடு என்ன பிச்சைக்கார மாநிலமா? நாங்க உழைச்சி வரிய செலுத்தின படத்துல எங்களுக்கான நிதியை கொடுக்கறதுல உங்களுக்கு என்ன பிரச்சனை?
जनता ने हमें आशीर्वाद दिया है, हम किसी भी विषय किसी के ऊपर लादना नहीं चाहेंगे, किसी को आहत करने के लिए भाषा को उपयोग करेंगे। कम से कम नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ये पाप न कभी किया है न आने वाले दिनों में करेगा।
People are hacked in the middle of the road. 28 cases of honor killing has happened in Tamil Nadu. That's the Dravidian model. And they are telling us, don't preach to us.
The BJP government has made it everyday occurrence to insult Tamil Nadu, insult the opposition leaders.
All right, let's quickly introduce our guests also today. I'm joined in by Mr. Anil Antony, who's a spokesperson for the BJP, Salim Dharanidharan, who is a spokesperson for the DMK, will be joining us in just a bit. All right, he's through. In fact, I can see him. Mr. Dharanidharan, I hope I pronounced your name correctly over there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sagar Srivastava, who's the founder and chairperson of EduDag, and Deepak Reddy, who's the national spokesperson of the TDP. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Salim, how do you, in fact, assess what the education minister has to say to begin with? Of course, he's talked about how Tamil as a language is now dropping down in your own state, and he's quoted that figure of 67% drop. How do you assess that entire figure, and where does that leave the issue of language imposition then?
You're asking me the question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Dharanidharan. So let's see. Firstly and foremost, the point is what? The point is that the BJP government is indirectly imposing 3-language policy. Tamil Nadu has been having a 2-language policy. Let whatever be the third language, I'm coming back why that is Hindi, that's a different debate. But as of now, even consider whatever be the third language. But you're interfering with policy of a state government, which is again anti-federal. And how are you doing it? Instead of the funds that Tamil Nadu has to receive for SSA, you have not released. When we ask why it's not released, you are saying sign MOU for PM Shri. Then we are agreeing to sign MOU for PM Shri. The government says, no, we can sign MOU for PMC only if you sign MOU for NEP. But NEP has 3-language policy, which you don't want. So this is clear case of blackmail because SSA has nothing to do with NEP. In SSC outcomes, Tamil Nadu has done better than 99% of the Indian states. It's in the top 2-3 performing states. So how can you tie one scheme to another scheme and then to another policy? This is clear blackmail. Why won't the same Union
I
government?
think you've just made a very, very strong point over there, for which I'd like to bring in Anil Antony. Anil Antony, how do you respond to that? I think, now the DMK stance is very clear that there was, how can you in fact confuse two policies? That is what their focus has been, especially when it comes to an MOU which was meant to address PM Shri, couldn't have incorporated, a sort of condition that you sign up for NEP, that's when we release funds.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in the show. At this moment, what is happening in Tamil Nadu by the DMK is a very clear case of politicizing of an issue with the state assembly elections that are coming next month. You saw some of the recent elections after Lok Sabha elections in Haryana, Maharashtra, Delhi. Suddenly, the people of India are showing full trust in our Prime Minister and our governments, and our Home Minister himself has said that in 26 we'll be seeing an NDA government in Tamil Nadu also. The opposition doesn't have much counter there, and finally you are creating imaginary divisions and you are creating imaginary issues. Let's just look at the history of this NEP from the first NEP. This is the third time there is a national education policy. There was one in 68, there was one in 86, there is now the last one was 2020. It is not something that just came out of the blue in 2025. Okay. It was launched in 2020 itself, and when compared to the other two education policies that existed, this is a much more inclusive policy. You look at 68 and 86, it said that there should be 3 languages, but the third language is very specifically Hindi. You look at 2020, it says that you can have 1 foreign language and then you can have 2 Indian languages, and you are giving all the states all the freedom to choose any language they want. There is no question of any imposition, there is no question of any Hindi imposition.
I think
there is no question of Hindi itself. If you are, no, I am getting the point. Let me come to that. So you look at.
I've given you time to speak, and I'll come to you as well.
You look at this NEP this time. It's a 65-page document. The word Hindi is only mentioned once in that entire document. Like Malayalam, Tamil, Odia, etc. is mentioned many more times. And then we have requested every other state to follow the NEP, which every other state across India is following, except Tamil Nadu, which is just saying that we will only follow this two language policy. They are very against 3 language policy.
While you respond, Salim, while you respond to the point that's being made by Mr. Antony over there, I think it's important to also keep in mind what the chairperson of NEP 2020 policy, Mr. Kasturi Rangan, had to say. He himself has endorsed the view that this entire policy has been designed in such a manner that it promotes flexibility and no kind of language imposition, which is also what was also preached to the UGC.
No. I think I'm not getting the point. The whole point is...
No, I've got the point. I just want you to keep
let
this
me speak. Let me speak. I've heard the monologues. So the point very clear is, my question is it right on the part of the union government to link a scheme A with a policy B? The union government does not have the authority to enforce NEP, right? Because you can't, it's concurrentless. You can't enforce that or make it mandatory. But now you're blackmailing it by not releasing 2 pager. Is it right? And secondly and foremost, in India, let's say states like UP and Bihar do only as good as sub-Saharan African countries in many socio-economic metrics. And in Tamil Nadu, Kerala do as good as Western European countries in many socio-economic metrics. When a state is so profoundly diverse than even the countries of European Union, can you have a one-fit solution for the entire country? I'm saying every state will need tailor-made solution. And more important point is NEP says by 2030, gross enrollment ratio will be made 50%. That we achieved nearly that in 2011 itself in Tamil Nadu, which means we are 20% ahead. So by following NEP, we are only going behind. But some aspects of NEP, even
Sagar
NEP
wants
was
to
not,
make a point. Sagar Srivastav, I don't want to bring you in.
All
right, let's allow the other panelists also to make a point.
I would go with DMK spokesperson word by word. He clearly states Supreme Court impending ruling on Tamil Nadu lawsuits against the central fund withholding policies. Concurrent list status grant them autonomy to reject NEP while the center claims national standard override regional preferences. So I will definitely go by DMK spokesperson.
No,
he clearly
you
said...
You do go by that. Okay, I'll let you finish your point and then I have a question.
But the retaliation by blocking 3,000 clearly tells us by and large the mentality of the center. So it is clearly a challenge to federalism. We as a country accumulated and fragmented by strengthening on negotiations, and it is clearly a challenge. But as an educator, I would want to bring some pointers which clearly tells that India will be divided, and in 1965, what backlashes we faced with Dravidian and Aryan thing, which will come, and probably that's what my prediction. And we have some dignified people out here, but I'm predicting that it will be another U-turn, just like the farm laws, because it has got some very controversial tweaks, and the policy in rush has been implemented, and there has not been a provoking thought process. That's why the education minister is getting vulnerable when questioned. That's why he's showcasing some serious knickknacks when he is being questioned. Now, regional language preferences. So, despite NAP pledge to promote mother tongue, English medium enrollment rises to 65% in urban India. What?
Okay, I'm running short of time. Those are figures I've already shared when I was opening the debate. Deepak Reddy, I want to ask you, who is being divisive over here? Sagar rightly said that, this could be opening a Pandora's box because you're going to bring back the entire conflict between the Aryan and the Dravidian model. But having said that, what is this backlash speaking of? Are we still stuck in the dark ages, and are we refusing to move on and evolve as a nation where multilinguistic capabilities are also encouraged for students?
A very good evening to everybody. We Telugu people were actually part of the old Madras state after independence. So what happened after independence? They started attacking Telugu language and we broke away. After that, they had a problem with Sanskrit. After that, they have a problem with Hindi. But they're okay with English, which is a language belonging to Europe. If you look at the history of DMK and the politics, what they've been playing, it is purely for vote bank. And today, in fact, in our assembly, our minister Lokesh ji has said, why are they making such a big deal out of this? What's wrong in learning another language? The chief minister of Andhra Pradesh also has said, if you learn another language, our students would have better job prospects in other parts of India. Apart from this, I'm actually very proud to show a copy of this GO. And a lot of people have come to Andhra Pradesh saying that they need nurses in parts of Europe. So we have got this GO which says 11 international languages would be taught in the nursing schools, in the 13 government nursing schools. So this is the way we need to look at it. So here, DMK and certain people from Tamil Nadu, the leaders, are purely playing politics for the upcoming election.
I think Mr. Dharnidharan wants to come up with a rebuttal. Mr. Dharnidharan.
Ma'am, this is outrageous argument. Language learning has nothing to do with economic outcomes. 2 languages more than sufficient. I'm saying even in United States, people learn only English. I speak 5 languages, but in school, I went Tamil and English. No Hindi, no German, no French. But when I was 18, I had to go to Bhopal to study. I picked up
Salim, I want to make a. Do you not think that? Do you not think that when private schools are offering that option, why the question now becomes that why should students from perhaps less affluent families who cannot, afford the cost of these private schools, why should they be barred from having that option in public schools?
What an outrageous question. I'm saying...
No, what is outrageous about this? Anil Antony, I need you to step in on that.
I will reply.
Is this not promoting classism? Because you have private schools providing that option. Not exactly. All right, let's also listen into what Anil Antony has to say.
You're not letting me speak.
Let me speak. No? I just posed a question for which you didn't have an answer.
Thank you. There are almost 30.
Okay. You give me time to answer.
Okay, Anil, I'll give you 15 seconds. Let Mr. Dharnidharan make his
point. I can't answer in 15 seconds. I need a minute to reply. I'll reply.
Okay. You take a minute.
Even in Tamil Nadu, in private schools, there are options. Instead of Tamil, people want to choose any language, they can choose. But but the whole point is, learning Hindi is not going to provide any employment. Get it very clear. Even Noida in Uttar Pradesh, white-collar jobs, to work in Honda factory there, you need to know mechanical engineering skills and English. To work in IT company in Noida, you need to know English. To work in a chartered accountants company in Noida, you need to know English. To work in a financial sector company, you need to know English. So we want, that is why government school students from Tamil Nadu are working in the United States of America. You know why? Because they learned English. 3 languages may be easy for you, but to find a 3rd language teacher in the rural part is very difficult, and they come and study after a lot of hardship. So that time can be spent on learning maths, learning and computer programming. right? So they don't have infinite timing like Nara Lokesh had, because his dad was a chief minister and had to have private tutors. They wouldn't have private tutors. Their parents would have to teach them, right? I wish they were as privileged as Nara Lokesh,
All right.
so that they can have all the
Okay,
fancy
I am
teachers
left
who
with
come and teach
only
them all
2
the
minutes. Mr.
different
Dhani
subjects.
Dharan, please, will appreciate your cooperation. Let others also have their turn. Mr. Reddy, please go ahead.
Ma'am, one thing very clear. Earlier they had a problem with Hindi language. Now they're changing the goalpost after being exposed of their shallowness.
No one is
Most
being exposed.
importantly,
Being exposed. TDP party will
Mr.
be kicked
Dhani
out from
Dharan,
Andhra
I would
Pradesh.
appreciate if you do not speak over the other panelists. Please go ahead, Mr. Reddy.
ma'am, here they were actually blaming Hindi language, whereas the policy clearly says 2 native languages. It can be any. So now, since their shallow argument is exposed, now they're talking about why do we need 2 languages? At least we are glad that,
All right.
that
I'd like to give closing
that
thoughts
they're exposed.
to Mr. Antony. Mr. Antony, closing thoughts, because I also want to ask you, what is the Dravidian model in today's day and age that the DMK is now talking about?
That I should explain. No, how can a BJP spokesperson
No,
explain
because
what Dravidian model is?
he's also a
See,
Dravidian.
Let me.
No, but
let
I
me
the
just-
DMK spokesman to explain. Dravidian
I'm sure
model
you're not
Dravidian.
the guardians
It's
of
about
the
too much
Dravidian
cross
culture.
modeling.
Let's
I
also
think you
listen
haven't
in from
understood the
another
model
Dravidian. Yes, Mr.
Dravidian
Antony.
model is an economic model explained by my chief
I'd
minister.
also like to
They are
hear
almost
from Mr.
20
Antony.
newspapers.
Please, Mr. Dhani Dharan,
See, it's a
appreciate
monologue. It's a lot of.
the timing for others as well. Yes, Mr. Antony.
There are almost 30 states across India. You look at NEP, every other state, including 2 Congress-ruled states in the south, Karnataka and Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, everybody are following this 3-language policy without any issue. You look at Tamil Nadu, like again and again I have been hearing my DMK spokesperson, who is an esteemed panelist today, say like there is Hindi imposition, there is Hindi imposition. There is no question of Hindi imposition. You have the option to choose any 2 Indian languages, which can be anything from Malayalam to Kannada to Telugu to whatever you want, Gujarati, like whatever you want. But
All right.
here again you are just trying to misguide the people by saying that an imposition. You look at the state of Tamil Nadu right now, there are so many schools, so many syllabuses, ICSE, CBSE syllabuses, English medium schools, they are all teaching 3 or even more languages. So why is the Chief Minister, and why is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and the DMK like so adamant that in the state syllabus where
I
it's
think
mainly
we'll have to leave it
underprivileged
at that.
students.
I think our students of the country are wise enough and intelligent enough to understand and choose for themselves what is Tamil culture. I'll leave you with that question. Many thanks to you all for joining in on The Hut.